Hey, everybody. Welcome to Make It Rock. I'm the host of Make It Rock, Thomas Christ, and I'm going to show you how I make it rock, and you can too. Let's see who's here, who's rocking with us today. We got Jim Shannon in the house. What's up, Jim? Dan Eckberg says, "Let there be rock." Indeed, Dan, welcome. We got Leela. Thank you so much. One of our great mods here. Putting the link in there if you want to send a super chat, super sticker, or you could do a super thanks after the show. As always, immensely appreciated. All right, talking to the parents. Be back soon. Cool. Pause and guitars. Good to see you, Jade Star. Great show there earlier, and Leela as well. Thank you both. Gary is new here, but not really new here. Good to see you, Gary. I got my lovely wife from downstairs. We got Tremor Bear here with us. What's going on? Dell, welcome, Dell. Good to see you. And anybody else that might be lurking out there, great to have you here with us. So I'm going to start out today with a little bit of some exciting and interesting news. And what we've got here on the news front, there's some pretty exciting stuff. So there's a new version of FL Studio 2025. I almost changed my show today. I'm going to explain to you why I didn't in a minute. But let's take a look in just some of these new features that we got. So we got a loop starter. So what is that? The loop starter, it's like so FL Studio has a cloud with loops in it. It's kind of like the Apple Loops, but it's up in the cloud and you download sounds. You can preview sounds and download them as you need them. It is partially a subscription. You can have access to a little bit of it just by buying FL Studio, but there's a little bit of a subscription element if you want all this stuff. So what they have is this loop starter. So it brings in all these samples out of the cloud based on the genre you give it, and you can use it as a place to start making loops. So that's going to be exciting. I like that. Dynamic mixer tracks. So it used to be limited to, I think it was 127 mixer tracks, and you couldn't change them or remove them. Now you can add or remove, and you get up to 500 tracks. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I'll move this over a little bit so you can see better. This is probably the more controversial thing. You got Gopher, and Gopher is, of course, as everything is, it's AI. Here, it's not maybe the greatest yet. It answers attempts to answer your questions that you have. It could be definitely useful though in terms of like getting started, but it has more than that. Like it can suggest chords, it can suggest lyrics and things like that. You got improved audio clips. So this is actually more exciting than what it looks like here. We stretch, pitch, and reverse directly from the clip properties. So in FL Studio, and you'll see this when I go into work in FL Studio, if you want to take a clip and you want to change, if you want to have different instances of it and change it, you have to make two separate instances. Now you don't in this new version. You can actually just do it, and you don't have to create separate instances in the channel rack, which is awesome. There's emphasis. This is a really exciting one. So new multi-stage limiter plugin for loud yet transparent results, and it's included in the all plugins edition. And I have that one, so I'll be getting that when I do go to get FL Studio 2025. And what's really nice, this is like a tone boosters limiter, or like the Fab Filter, the Pro L2. It's very similar to that, which is going to be awesome to have that built in. You got the mobile rack. So this includes all the 7 instruments and 29 effects from FL Studio Mobile now on the desktop as a plugin that you can use in FL Studio, which is awesome. This is pretty hardcore. The VFX script plugin, turning patcher setups into complex audio applications. This one actually you can code in Python and create your own like effects and things like that. Which I probably won't get into too much, but you can I guess get stuff other people have done, plug it in there. So that's going to be a really interesting feature. And then you got FL Studio remote support. So this is FL Studio Remote. It's kind of like the Logic Remote, and you're going to have an app that you can use on your iPhone, on your iPad, and you can control FL Studio with this remote app. So very much in the same way as you do with Logic Pro with their remote app. So that's gonna be a nice thing. I'll be interested to see how that works right out of the gate. You get a 150 preset flex pack melodic techno. That's nice. There's a baseline generator. So they already have a chord generator, and now they're adding a baseline generator, so you can generate baselines to go with the chord progressions that you create. I don't tend to use this kind of stuff too much, but I could see this being helpful to a lot of people that do like to use that as a way to start songs. And then you have some user interface updates for bass drum, Sakura, drum Max, and more. So there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff in FL Studio. Now, why I almost changed my show today to cover this, and I didn't, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because over here, if you look at the FL Studio subreddit, FL Studio 25 is a mess. I'm working on Apple Silicon Ventura, and FL Studio on macOS is completely ruined. I have encountered so many issues, bugs, crashes during 3-hour session. It's fucking crazy. I even lost one project because of this BS. Do you guys have issues with FL Studio 25? And there's all kinds of people saying, oh, yes, we're having issues. And that's not unusual when you have a big version update. Anybody that uses Apple products knows all about this one. They roll stuff out, and there's all kinds of bugs. So I'll be waiting until there's at least one update, and then I'll get it. Although you can run in parallel. I mean, you can have FL 24 and FL 25, but if it's that buggy, I'm gonna wait a little bit. But I think once it's done, once it's fully cooked, it's gonna be really awesome. I think it just needs a little more time in the oven. You know what I mean? A little more browning on that one, maybe. I get it set up completely right. So now that's not the only exciting news. Here's some more exciting news. I might be even more excited about this one. The King is back. Omicide S. My goodness. Now, Omicide was an amazing plugin. It was the greatest distortion plugin that the world has ever known, and I never thought it would ever come back, but it is back. And as soon as I can swing it, I'm gonna get this. And I'm gonna talk about it on the show here, because and demonstrate it on the show, because this is one of the best plugins. You got Venus Theory doing a video. That's how I came across it. I actually just randomly saw the video that he did on it. Yeah, it's got all kinds of analog amplification. You got razors, sharp distortions, wacky stuff. It's got every kind of it's like an anthology of distortion, which is incredible. I know this was really big in the industrial music community back when the earlier version, which they have a picture of here. If I scroll down, they have a history of it. I thought they did. Where did it go? Oh, what'd they do with that? I swear it was there. At any rate, yeah, this is gonna be an amazing plugin. I'm gonna refresh this and see if there it is. There's the original one. That's the one. Oh man, this was so great back in the day. This was like mind-blowing stuff. And it's like three bands of distortion, I think, or 3 or 4 bands of distortion. It's just crazy stuff that you can do with this. So I'm gonna be getting that as soon as I can, and we're gonna talk about this one because this is pretty epic stuff. And if you don't know why, you're gonna know why soon. I also wanted to mention this because this was cool. Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath. They did their Ozzy's final show. You got to give it up for Ozzy, man. All he's going through and everything, getting up there, doing a full show. Got all these bands coming up and supporting him and everything. He's become the highest grossing charity concert of all time. $200 million for 3 charities, surpassing the amount raised by Fire Aid and Farm Aid combined. That is nuts. So, Ozzy, one of the greatest rock legends ever, continues to be a legend into old age. I hope I can age as awesomely as he has. Even with the stuff that he's had to deal with, which is a lot. It's just incredible to see that. So, really cool. And I just wanted to mention that and bring that up because, give it up. Ozzy, man. He freaking rocks. So, you're not having issues yet in Windows 11? Well, That's cool. I'm on Mac though, and that other person that commented was on Mac, so um, I was a little worried about that. But what are we gonna do today? We're gonna get into FL Studio here. This is FL Studio 24. I know I'm stuck in the Stone Ages here, but I'm waiting for it to be completely stable. Because you don't want things crashing and stuff. That's no fun. I'll wait on that to be fully baked. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna see how many different ways, and I'm gonna try as much as I can not to use any kind of fancy plugins or anything. We're gonna use stock stuff, and we're gonna make something a little bit cool. Maybe kind of in the same. I don't know if this will actually be I don't know if this will actually be like the 8-bar challenge. Pete Johns, he does the Studio Live Today channel. He was doing the 8-bar challenge with the GarageBand weekly show that he does every Monday, and I'm gonna do something for that. I don't know if this is gonna be that thing or not, but we'll do something in that vein and just see how we can mess up the audio as much as we can. Hello, Trentico, welcome and happy birthday. Let's do it. Let's do it. We got to do it, right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Trentico. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Trent. 22nd birthday. Yeah, I'd give anything to go back to that one. Yeah. A little different. It hits a little different when you're in your 40s, but that's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations. Happy birthday, man. All right. So let's get into this and let's take a look at it here. This is FL Studio. This is where all the magic happens. And I was thinking we're going to go into the cloud. I was talking about the cloud earlier. We have the cloud available here to us. So I'm going to go into it and we're going to find some fun sound. Let's just find a drum. You know what? Before I do that though, I am going to change the tempo because I want this to be slow. We'll take it all the way down. Let's take it down to like 55 BPM. And I'm going to go into here. Sounds. We're going to search in the sounds. We're going to try to find ourselves some kind of a like techno drum loop. Sometimes you have to be pretty specific about how you word these things. And we can preview these. And what's nice is it'll be automatically synced to the BPM. So this is all going to be slow. This is going to be much slower than what is actually intended, but that's kind of fun. That's part of the fun of this. I don't like that at all. That's a little better. I'm going to try to find ones that... Ooh. So we're already doing it, by the way, just by taking the tempo to 55 when these are supposed to be at 124. We're already stretching this out in a crazy way. There we go. That's the download. There it goes. It's downloaded. So we'll assign this to a mixer channel. We'll assign it to channel 1 there. And let's see if we can't find like some let's see if we can't find some hi-hats, maybe. I want something with a little more going on. Okay. That's a bit more along the lines of what I was thinking. Okay, we got to do something about this. We'll put that on track 1 too. I'm going to lower these volumes a little bit because they're crazy ridiculous. All right, let's try to find a few more little sounds that we can find. Let's see if there's like is there a bass loop in here? There ought to be a bass loop, right? Let's see. Bass loop. I kind of don't. Whatever these packs are, I wasn't digging it too much. Let's see about some of these. Okay. I think I kind of like this one. Oh yeah, we gotta route that puppy to mixer track 2. Turn it down. Now already, just by the virtue of these being ridiculously slow, they're sounding really cool already. So this is just some of the fun you can have. Let's see if there is like a lead synth. We should be able to find something crazy. Shut that off. There we go. All right. Yeah, I could do that, but I thought I'd play around with these loops. All right, yeah, we'll go with that. All right, this is going to be a bit longer than the other one, but that's okay because we can just do that. And put this on mixer track 3 and turn that one down too, because these are always too loud. So already, I mean, that's sounding pretty wild. We could even get, I wonder if we can get a guitar loop. Nah. It's not quite what I was looking for. Let's try rock guitar loop. Oh, see, that gives you all kinds of stuff. And I just changed that key to G because I think these other ones were in G. Let's go with that. Let's just go with that. There we go. All right. Well, put this on a mixer channel. We'll put it on channel 4. All right, we need to turn that down too. Hey, Russ, what's going on, man? Good to see you. And Jamie Lynn, welcome as well. All right. Let's hey, Countess Velthra. What's going on, Velthra? All right. So we got these loops in here. Now we'll see what we can do with them. Just to mess them up as much as we can. So we'll go to this one. We'll start with this one here at the top. This drum loop. Now, one thing it is easy way to do this is we have a little tool in here, and I've used it before, and I'll use it again, probably a lot in this. It's called gross beat, and gross beat takes things by time, and you can control the volume and speed based on time. So this is fun to play around with. So you can do You know, we could just use the ones in the default selection of patches here. Now let's see what that's doing just by itself. So what we can do, we can right click on it, we can hit solo. Oh. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. Little tool. He said little tool. All right. So that's cool. Let's see about these hi-hats here. And they've already got some processing on them. Let's see what we can do though. Okay. I usually don't do this, but I might put these on their own channel. And then what I'll do is I'll route these back into the drum channel. So, let's take a look and see what we can find. I think this love filter might have some fun things in it that will make this different. So let's take a look. We got all these different presets in here. I'll play around with some of these. What was this one? The low pass and high pass. So this one is not a dynamic one. Let's see what a wobble LFO does. That could be fun. I'm gonna go pulsar. And you can, of course, hey, Pete Johns, good to see you. Hope you're staying warm. But you could automate this as well if you wanted to. I'm probably not going to get into all that. That's a bit too much. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, though. It's like, somebody might look at GarageBand and say the same thing when they first see it, but then you learn how to use the stuff that you need to know. And believe me, there's a lot of stuff in here I have no idea about because I don't use it. And I probably don't need to use it. Let's see what this does. All right, we might go with that one. Yeah, I'm using FL Studio, not Logic. I do use Logic sometimes as well, mainly for the auto drummer. All right. So let's just see what those two sound like together now. So you can see that dramatically changes the sound. Just doing that little bit right there. We'll go into, what is this one? This is the bass. And let's see what we can't do with this bass, which is on channel 2. I could label these, but that would take a little extra time. Ordinarily I would. So we're gonna stick with the built-in effects. I'm not gonna use anything crazy. So let's see, what could we do with that one? We could put that through vocodecs. That could be interesting. Let's try that. Well, let's do it. Probably going to need to turn it down a little bit. Gonna turn everything into a chord. All right, we can maybe work with that. Yeah, that sounded pretty sweet. Let's just see these three together because these are the ones we've kind of worked with. I play keyboards. And a little bit of guitar, just enough to play some power chords in drop D, and that's pretty much it. Although if I had any, I mean, you give me any instrument and I'll probably figure out something to do with it. I may not use it the right way. All right, we're gonna get into this. So this melody loop. That's okay. I see why. There we go. All right, now this is another fun thing you can do. So you can go into here, select region. There's this chop thing. So you have all these different chops that it will do. So we can do breakdown 1. Let's see what happens. Now let's say I didn't like that. We can undo it. We can try a different one. Breakdown 2. Not digging either of those. So we'll undo it again, and we can go down and there's complex. Let's try beat shuffle. So all that does is it chops this thing up into all these different clips and mixes them up. Hey, DJ Big Red, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well tonight. So we'll leave it at that for right now. I might be able to do some other stuff with it later. And then what is this one? Oh yeah, this is the guitar. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come to this mixer track here that this guitar is on, and it is on insert 4, and I'm gonna pull out these low end. There's a lot of low end in that, and I don't like it. All right, let's see what we can do there. So, well, what will we use for that? Just to mess it up a little bit. Just to rough it up. Let's try our love filter again. We can use multiple love filters. That's fine. We can have enough. It's not, can't have too much love, right? Whoa. So just for comparison's sake, that's without it. Gotta turn that down a little bit. That's with it. So now we can put all these together. And that's freaking nuts. Now what we might want to do is we might want to just go ahead and select all these, and we can do Control B, and we can push them out. Let's not do that. So this way, it's 8 bars. And then what you can do is delete stuff. So maybe we don't have that in this first one. And I'm just going to get rid of every other. So there's all these chops of this. Okay, I see. I did that wrong. I should probably zoom in a little bit. We can zoom in. And we'll get rid of every other chop. I don't know what I just did there. All right, we'll get rid of every other chop. There we go. So we'll start with that. And then in the second one, it comes in. So now we've already done a lot. We've already done a ton to this, and you know, I could probably go also and just take this one. So this is on mixer track 3. We can go to mixer track 3, and we could do something like we could add a Fruity Blood over. I always love the Fruity Blood overdrive is I think the best distortion in FL Studio. There's also the fast distortion. There's also Destructor, which is very, very strange. Yeah, let's do this. And then we'll put this on times 100. We want to control this post gain because this can get very, very loud. Because, like, this is raising the volume a crazy amount. Let's see if I remove that. Now it sounds like this. See, this is sounding really evil. Listen to this. See, and it's really just that simple to take audio and really just mess it up. And then if we really want to get crazy, we could like we could take this one here, this bass sound. We could take that. We could just come in here. We could hit this reverse button. And now it's reversed. So that'll change things pretty significantly. Then maybe if we want to just add like a cherry on top of this whole thing, I'm gonna go into my personal library, and we'll get one of these vocals
She asked for money, then turn the other side. Time to take the challenge, time to start anew.
Now, the one thing about these, they're not gonna be matched to the tempo, but I can fix that.
You can only ride the river the way it flows.
Let's just go with that.
You can only ride the river.
And let's see here. So what we'll want to do is we'll want to assign this to mixer track 6. It's not being used. Turn that down a little bit. And then I'm going to put this little button on, and that'll let me actually stretch it out. And we don't want to just do it to the line. We want to turn the snapping completely off, so that way we can get it lined up exactly right. And I think if I do that, that might actually work. Now, I think it's on resample mode, so it'll make it, it'll change the pitch. But if I change it to stretch, it'll attempt to keep the pitch. Now, we might want to, let's see here. I'm going to actually just go into the mixer. I'm going to put a limiter on this guy. There's a freaking limiter at Dynamics. Limiter, there we go. Okay. And this limiter just kind of is really good. is that Barney Gumble? So starting to sound like the downward spiral. Yeah. It may be a bit more extreme than that even, but now with this one, maybe we want to add a little bit of delay on that, just to really like mess it up. Let's try this. I don't use this multi-band delay very much. Let's try that. Nah. I'm not going for that. We'll just use the regular delay. So we can set this at let's do 1/8 triplet. Turn the feedback a bit down. They have this output always pegged all the way to the end. We don't want that. And we can mess around with this modulation a little bit of diffusion. Why not? That'll be fun. Okay. Let's see. That's what we're going for. See, and it's just that easy to create really insane psychotic stuff in FL Studio. That's really all there is to it. I know I probably moved a bit fast, but yeah, you can see the power. I mean, you can do this in any DAW that you have. You have most of these same capabilities. I mean, I could probably go into I'm not going to do it now, but I could probably go into Logic and I could do the exact same thing or something very, very similar. So, Countess Velther says, I want the groove and the catchy chorus. Is that okay? I like yeah. That's all. That's cool. Like David Lee Roth on net. Yeah, I like it. So I was kind of going for a, psychedelic sort of a vibe there. So, like demented, slow industrial little vibe. So that's just a little fun. What we can do, creating and manipulating sounds is a really fun way to build songs, or you can build songs around this stuff, which is super awesome. So, uh, yeah. So I don't know if anybody has any questions or anything they would like to know before I sign off. I'll take a look and see if I missed anything. I don't think I did. I answered that question. Um, so don't forget, we got You Rock coming up tomorrow. It's pretty doggone full, and I'm probably gonna be closing the forum sooner rather than later. So you might want to get those tracks in if there's any last minute tracks that you really wanted to get in there. bit.ly/you rock submit. But yeah, and then I think it's gonna about do it for today. Let's see here. So Belther says my album has over 300 lessons. Thank you, Thomas and Pete, as well as Pete, if you're still here. That is awesome, very awesome. And Countess Velther's album, I gotta say, is really top notch. Really great stuff. Especially if you like the goth rock, and I do. So that's very cool. So yeah, submission's gonna be closing here for tomorrow. But we got a lot of great stuff here on the show. I can tell you that. And Yeah. Well, it's unfortunate that we have to put that there, but unfortunately, it's a thing. It's a thing we have to contend with these days, but we will. So I guess that's gonna do it for today. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, next week, it's a bit of a crapshoot. We'll see. We might get into homicide, or if more likely than not, it's going to be homicide. But if FL Studio gets their proverbial shit together, then I will do a show on homicide, or I'll do a show on FL Studio 2025 if that's ready to go. I don't feel like it's going to be ready yet at that point, but yeah, we'll see. They can work fast sometimes. So thanks everybody. Make sure if you didn't hit that like button, make sure you do. And thank you all once again for being here. Much love. Take care. Most importantly, keep rocking. And I'll see you for Leela and Jade tomorrow, and then You Rock tomorrow evening. So take care, everyone. Bye bye.